Today I'm going to show you how I make up this really neat log cabin heart block. This is a project that requires a lot of different scraps, and since I want to make each one of these blocks have different prints in them, this is a really good way to chew up a lot of different prints out of your stash and out of your scraps. So some of these are coming off of fat quarters, some of these are also coming off of different strips that I had left over. And for this, I'm going for a rainbow of colors here, and then I am also adding fuchsia. Fuchsia is actually a color that you can't really mix other colors to get necessarily. So it is actually considered a primary, at least within fabric dyeing circles. Fuchsia is definitely a primary. So I feel like it fits within the whole concept of making this a rainbow type of a thing. So the way that I'm going to structure this is I will have fuchsia, then red, then orange, then yellow, then green, then blue, which is actually turquoise. With fabric dye, the primary for blue is always turquoise. So I decided to go for turquoise scraps to represent my blue. And then this is indigo, and if you look at it, and this one also, if you look at it, it really is in between blue and purple. So indigo is one of the colors, and then finally purple. And then I have to cut all of these down. These are actually trimmed to the right sizes that they need to be already. And so I have the smallest log, that will be for one of them, and then the longest log for the other, and those are the fuchsias. And then the next size up, I have indigo. I will be trimming this one on the second longest size here. And same thing for the blue. And then the greens and the yellows all get trimmed to the exact same size. And then also the orange and the reds get trimmed to the same sizes as the blue and the indigo. And then the purples are the shortest and the longest. So I'm going to go ahead and get all of these trimmed and then start sewing these. Oh, and before I start sewing them, I also need the white to be my background. And so I will need squares to be my starting square. So I can get a couple off of here pretty easily. And then I will need little 2-inch squares. And so I can get those off of these two strips. So I'm going to get all that cut out. Just for reference, all of these measurements can be found in the description. And so I am going through and I am trimming these. In some cases I'm using my regular ruler, and in other cases I am using my strip cutter. With this I'm making up two different log cabin blocks where they are going opposite directions with the ROYGBIV. So that's F plus ROYGBIV, fuchsia plus all the colors of the rainbow. And then on the white, like I said, I need the setting square. Those are 3.5, and then 2 inches for these little half square snowballs on the edges of these. And then I just mark those down the center, like you can see there. So I'm stitching down the center to snowball the ends of those logs so that it can make that heart shape. And now I'm going through and I'm stitching another line. You could mark it 1/2 inch. I didn't, I just kind of eyeballed it, and I know it's less than 1/2 inch. I'm okay with that. And I'm doing that so that I can create these little half square triangle daughter blocks or daughter units. So now I am able to lay out, and I find it's just easier to lay it out on the ruler. And that way the ruler is nice and portable and I can just take it with me to the machine. And now I am ready to construct this quarter log cabin. So with this first one, I am just doing the first couple of logs, and then you don't see this, but I'm actually pressing these. And now I'm ready to start adding the third and fourth logs, and I am adding the first two logs on the second block. The reason why I'm doing that is just so I don't get confused. If you start it at a different process on a log cabin, that's just one way that you can keep everything straight. And so every time I go along, I just gently press to the side on the first log of that particular session, and then that way I can put the second log on. And you have to be kind of careful with it. It's very easy to distort fabric, even though I've starched this quite a bit, and that really helps. There is still some ability to distort the fabric. So this block, it's a quarter log cabin. I mean, I feel like it could be called a half log cabin, but it is traditionally called a quarter log cabin. You could also call this a braid, although usually with a braid all of the logs are the same length, and then you would trim it down the sides. And then here I am just wrapping up the final log. So here's the block, and I'm just doing this pressing here. What I decided to do was I was pressing after every two logs. So after these two logs, I went ahead and pressed them. And so the reason why I'm doing that is so that it will lay nice and flat. I've also starched these fabrics pretty well beforehand. Just a little bit of water in a bottle. And then this can be the final, this can be the final pressing it real nice and flat here. And here is the finished pressed block, but I have more of these, so I'm going to put that one there, and then I have this one, and then I have this one, and then I have this one, and then I will just sew these up, and this will be a finished top. So here's how it looks. Here's all four of them look together, and I think it turned out really nicely. And then I'm going to show you another configuration that I did. So here's a configuration that I made up where this is out of ombre fabrics. And so this is also a really great stash buster as well. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and please check out this video where I make up this quilt, which is an optical illusion block.